Warning! The following gameplay video was created by a scrub. If scrub gameplay disturbs you, stop the video now. Hello, welcome back. Well, this has had some delays, certainly. And one of the reasons is that this map kind of terrifies me. Well, Also, I've been thinking about how much exactly I need to speed things up during gameplay. I think that speeding through skill animations that we've seen dozens of times is always a good idea. What I'm kind of, wrestling with is whether or not other actions where I don't say much, but significant things could possibly happen. I beg your pardon. There are some stretches where I'm just waiting to load, and I figure that can be sped up, but I'm worried about having it be a little too jarring, having it constantly speed up and then slow down a lot. So if you're watching this, I'd really like feedback. Right, so this guy. Do we want to attract this guy yet? Ipe can do it. He can definitely do it. But will I be able to follow up if that happens? Jun definitely won't. And looks like Ryoko probably won't. Actually, if I put Ipe in woods, Ryoko might be able to follow up, so that's kind of bad news for Ipe, but let's go with it. Well, Kensato pretty much just finished his recovery, so this isn't too bad. Against this composition, which is pretty much the most annoying thing I can encounter, I'm definitely willing to bring out the ink shrap. Especially because since the battle starts at medium range, I definitely cannot afford to stop to aim too much. Alright, that's actually some pretty decent power. If I can land another one of those, I think I'll be able to remove their squads. Actually, removing their squads is quite the euphemism, isn't it? Especially considering what shell I'm using. Ouch. I think it's aiming at my squads. Yeah, it's definitely aiming at my squads. I want to move a little further forward. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that bug. I've already discussed it a little bit, but whenever I don't move when I feel like I should, I get really, really scared of that bug. But now I'm moving. Alright. Ooh, almost 60 damage there. Against infantry, no less. So now I just need a normal shot, pretty much. Oh, I was just a little bit, just a tiny bit too late. But that's okay, I have snipe, so it'll be no problem. And maybe I can remove their shield. I guess that's less of a euphemism. Ooh, you are extremely quick on the trigger, aren't you? Well, with their squad in such bad shape, there's no guarantee that they would have moved it forward. Yeah, even when I tell him to target an AFW, it looks like he still manages to aim for the ground. I guess it's just habit. I think he still has one APCR shell left. And I kinda wish he had fired it. Uh-oh. He's gonna close combat me, isn't he? That was my bad. I was so set on... Oh, okay. Well, the automatic village recovery is going to help me a lot, although I probably should have moved my left squad back regardless. Still, it worked out. I don't have any special decisions to make here. That E-wire is looks like it could be troublesome, though. I think that did not quite remove their shield. There should be a little bit, yeah. One pistol round ought to get rid of it, though. Also, I'm not touching the sleeping giant just yet. Okay. This seems like a good way to force this guy to move on to a river if he wants to attack me. And Emilio has pretty decent finishing power. So let's do that. Actually, should I use this? Nah, not really. I think one APC shell would not be a bad idea, though. Okay. It's always fun to throw off the enemy's aim. And with that, I think one more grenade volley will be enough to put the enemy in punching range. Although I might as well take the shot. Oh, I've kind of figured out why I had some trouble finishing off enemies earlier in the map. And that's because I'd been kind of miscalculating some things with my build without realizing it. I should explain that, huh? So my hybrid finishing stuff worked because by the time I brought them in to fight something, they'd already taken damage from an anti-AFW punch. And that removes shields quite well, and in general makes things a lot easier. So where should Weisegger go? Ooh, I might have to move him onto a river. On the other hand, he'll have a lot of good tiles to move to after that, and he does get more turns very fast. So that shouldn't... I can just move him here. Then he'll be able to move back over here. Yeah, it seems a lot better. Considering how isolated it is and the pilot seems like nothing special, probably. Okay. Ryuko needs this spot. Jun can take this spot, though. The recovery isn't too bad. I want to avoid marsh, like the kind John is on, if possible. Yeah, he's definitely gonna need to move off of there. Actually, that's a problem. Ooh, how to think ahead. So, if Ryoko is here and Jun is here, where's John gonna go? No, wait. Ryoko's here, Jun is over here. I guess... So, if these two spaces are taken, I guess he'll just have to move one square to the side. It's definitely unfortunate, but it's not the worst disaster. Actually, I could have Jun attack from a diagonal, but... Is that actually optimal? I'm gonna say no, and the reason I'm saying no is that he needs to recover his squads. He's so far forward anyway that the extra recovery delay is not gonna hurt my plans too much. Alright, how am I gonna deal with this? Well, they almost certainly have E-wire. But I don't want to break out the ink shrap just yet. I think I can have Ryoko recover in place if bad things happen. And there's a decent chance they'll load up their supplies, their crew, since that's where they're best. Okay, there we go. Oh, having them move just one of their units forward is great for me. Because that means they're going to take more of their time moving their squads back and forward. Ooh, that's actually pretty bad. I'm gonna need one more shot. I think that won't be too hard. So, big question. Should I move these guys back? That's gonna stick me in place and I'm gonna deal less damage for a little bit. But, well, I gotta be careful with my squads. So this is where things get kind of tricky. It's definitely gonna start moving forward a lot. Actually, I think... Oh, that's really good news for me. Kind of. Actually, this looks a little tricky now that I think about it. If I'm lucky, what they'll do is they'll wait for them to charge another homing shot and then move them forward. If I'm not lucky, they'll keep them in the back and then load them. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Actually, that's good. It's going to cancel my setup animation. And it's not often that an enemy special shell is good news for me, let me tell you. Okay. Well, for a little while, Jen is going to need to handle the squad clearing duties. That battle was very helpful, but Ryoko's everything in her unit is in bad shape. Oh, you'll have to wait, huh? Well, I think that's okay. Wow, you recovered faster than I thought. Fine. Fine. Now, I believe I cleared these guys out already, so... I think I can spare the extra time here. Right. I'm fairly sure that was not movement based. So what I want to do is, before I do anything drastic here, is I want to take out, or not take out, but capture the squads in these villages. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Right, nothing to worry about. Also, the more I think about it, the less I think adhesive mines are useful for anti-AFWs, because most enemy antis will not walk into a close combat melee with those guys. Anyway, Unfortunately, I can believe it. Wow. Wowee. I don't know what fell off of there, but it looked like it could have been important. If you're worried about Weizsäcker not getting enough kills and falling behind in experience, yeah, don't worry too much about it. Believe me, it'll work out. Alright, so John is not really a finisher type. Ooh, squads need quite a bit of work still. So, who can finish off something like that? John might actually have some trouble. And Ippei's still pretty fresh, so let's do that. Because unlike Emilio, he actually does need some experience. Once again, I think one APC shell is not a bad idea. Alright, I want to be just outside of close combat range. Alright, it's punching time. Why am I not moving forward? Actually, it's because a couple of my engineers had moved right in front of my AFW. There's those degrees at work. Actually, yeah, it'll be best if Jen can move up over here, because that free squad recovery will be exactly what he needs. Uh-oh.